Behind an old barn, among rustling grasses and blooming dandelions, lived a tiny mouse named Rozinka. She was the smallest mouse in the whole meadow, smaller than an acorn, lighter than a feather. But she had the biggest heart and the most curious little nose. Rozinka didn't care for rules. While other mice collected seeds and stayed hidden from humans, Rozinka wandered the world. She loved to gather treasures no one else wanted. A forgotten button, a piece of colorful thread, or a crumpled bit of chocolate foil that sparkled in her eyes like gold. One sunny day, while strolling near a garden shed, Rozinka found something strange. A small round mirror. It was dusty and cracked, but in the sunlight it glinted like a star. She carefully brought it back to her moss-lined nest and polished it with an old tea wrapper she had found. When she finally looked into the mirror, she saw a tiny mouse with shiny eyes and a brave smile staring back. "Is that really me?" whispered Rozinka. "I don't look like an ordinary mouse at all. I look like an explorer." From that day on, she carried the mirror everywhere, not to admire herself, but to remind herself that even the smallest creature can be strong and important. One evening, while the wind whispered through the grass and the moon hung low, Rozinka heard a faint sound. She followed it to the cellar of the old house, a place she would usually never dare enter. But Rozinka didn't hesitate. She tiptoed down and found a tiny bird who had fallen and couldn't fly back up. The poor thing was chirping softly and looked lost. "Don't worry," Rozinka said gently. "We'll figure something out." She scurried back to her nest and returned with a string she had once found on a tea bag. She tied it to a nail above the window, and the little bird, though still a bit clumsy, climbed up and fluttered out. As a thank you, the bird sang Rozinka a song so beautiful that even the dandelions stopped rustling and listened. From that day on, Rozinka knew that size didn't matter. What matters is heart, and whenever she felt unsure or too small, she looked into her mirror and remembered everything she had done. And who knows, maybe one day, if you find a shiny button or a wrinkled bit of foil, a little mouse named Rozinka has been there before you.